It is 2 a.m., April 2nd, Sunday morning. I'm sitting fire watch for the second night in a row. We are in a hell of a predicament. It's nothing that we won't overcome and persevere through. I just have a lot of time right now. So I figured I'd share some stuff with you, exactly what went down here, and I'll take it from there. We moved into this place. It was, a pretty beat up building. We got it at a pretty all right price. It seemed in check. There's a fire pole at the door. There's a big bell on the wall. There's the strobe horn. I thought CO and smoke detection were little units in that strobe horn. My bad, hindsight, and so forth. What we do here is very atypical. We do abuse rehabilitation. We focus on a therapy outcome. We want animals to be more than obsequious. I want them to be themselves. I want them to have their personality. I want them to be involved, and I want them to be engaging on their terms. When an animal is permitted to blossom in such a way, they really, man, they really surprise you. They just do amazing things. I have time to do this due to some, I don't know, I guess they could be considered tragedies or injuries or whatever, but they were all challenges. They made me a better man. So what I'm about to tell you, I'm not complaining. I'm very grateful for having had the opportunity to participate in things I did and to have gone through the things that I did in the way I did to make me the man that I am now. So what we're about to talk about is going to get a little, but don't worry, I'm cool. I'm really cool. In 2001, I got my spine crushed in a construction accident a couple of months after I packed buckets down at the Trade Center. In March of '03, both of my lungs collapsed. I spent a month in intensive care. When your lungs collapse, you drown a lot. And I don't know what happens for anyone else, but I can tell you, crossing the abyss and the feeling on the other side of that blackness was profound, and it was like being 2 foot tall in front of a 15-foot high father figure with his arms crossed, looking down at you like, what do you have to say for yourself? Just neutral, just for now, neutral. And the only thing that came to my mind were the innocuous things that I had done for people. I mean, we had always had this like Robin Hood thing, we were out doing, I was a refrigeration mechanic for a while, and we'd show up to fix someone's stuff, and, parts fall off the truck for the old guy that's sitting in a 90-degree house with a broken refrigerator. He fixes fridge and he fixes AC too. Oh, it was just a fuse, Pops, that kind of stuff. We used to change tires for people before there were cell phones. That kind of just helping people because they needed help and you could help them for no, credit, no money, just the right thing to do. Was the things that came to mind. It wasn't how fast my bike was or any of that other kind of nonsense. It wasn't how much money I was making or how cool my job was. It was that stuff that I knew in my heart was the mission. The surgery to repair my back went a little bit of a debacle when they tried to move the filter I had installed specifically for the surgery because they misdiagnosed trade sudden pneumonia, and so I had a cardiac episode during the surgery. They got one of the 11 discs, 11, that they wanted to replace, and they both hip joints they were going to do and all that. So I'm 6 years off meds. I have found a way to cope with the help from Meredith. God bless that woman. With these injuries, without drugs and surgeries, I don't even go to the doctor anymore because I don't. There's no disability. If you want to do that route, you have to see doctors and you have to take them, or at least take the drugs and put them on a shelf or whatever. It's a game I'm not playing. I want to be able to walk my dog. I want to be able to pick my keys up when they fall. If I can't move 6 days a month, and I can move the other 24. So I'm way ahead of the game. When I was in and out of that blackness, there was a kid in the bed in intensive care at Good Samaritan next to me, and I made that kid laugh in ICU in that terrifying place. We were both scared shitless. I made that kid laugh. I almost couldn't wait to suffocate across the blackness to tell Pops, I got it, man. I know why I'm here. I get it. My intention, the joke I made lasted as long as the joke, and it only works in context. What creates pure joy? What conveys pure joy? Oh, a dog. So we got a beautiful little Boston Terrier named Luna. We trained Luna. She was wonderful to be a therapy dog. I trained her how to approach people who were bedridden. I used the cell phone charger like it was a catheter. Um, she was a magical little girl. She wound up having megaesophagus. We resuscitated her a couple of times. One evening, I breathed for that little girl for 40 minutes while we drove out to the ER in Riverhead and handed her breathing off to the doctors there. It was actually a medical mistake at a different hospital that cost her life after a fantastic expense. I was devastated. Really, I don't think I've ever been that devastated in my life. Through it, though, people who were rooting for us and who were aware of the effort to save Luna started to make us aware of other dogs and ask us if we could do that for them. And we did. And it was my calling. And I wasn't a dock builder, and I wasn't a welder, and I wasn't a machinist or an engine builder. I was an animal rescuer. I just didn't know it yet. So we have since gone on. We've saved dozens of dogs from Afghanistan. We've saved just hundreds of dogs locally. Cats, innumerable. And the thing with the cats is there's no cat pound, there's no cat catcher, there's no tax-based infrastructure to take care of the cat issue, and it's getting much worse. So we help with these situations when we can. Hello, my buddy. We started PUP after we were with the rescue, and it wasn't going the direction that we felt was morally correct. So we started PUP, and we walked off, and we didn't say anything. I don't want to shoot Santa Claus with people by letting awful truths out. So we kept to ourselves, and we just keep wrecking the grade curve. I built this. A friend, Chris, came and made this container, and I squared it out, and I put these things in. This cost me $18. That bridge. This thing right here, it didn't even cost us $12. That thing right there, we built that for less than $25. I mean, all of the money, and we are well over $30,000 just on these guys already. It's vets. It's food. Everything else that we've done here, we've done on an absolute shoestring budget. You see, I haven't painted. There's nothing curved. It's not pretty. I haven't really been able to dress this one out yet. We had a window box, a solarium planned, where there would be 3 decks where the cats would be able to sun themselves in the afternoon. That was like $300 in parts. Really, $300 in parts. Some lumber, some wire, some screws and such. It's kind of more important to keep your veterinarians' lights on than it is to get these guys over to the sun in the afternoon, even though that's really what we wanted to do. So the entire building, all 18 units have been condemned. It will take quite some time to get the paperwork sorted out, to get a contractor in here to do this. It's a big job. I used to pull the wires for this kind of thing, and just getting the wires pulled through to the alarm box take 2 man weeks, pretty much easily, if the guys are hustling. And then the bureaucracy, and this man, apparently the landlord, they have many other issues, certificate of occupancy issues that go way back in this building. Our plan is, it's not our plan, it's the universe's plan. The universe has put us here. In September, Meredith was talking about going back into the city and doing some Merrill Lynch stuff, and a relatively minor car accident wound up shattering 5 bones in her foot. Each bone broke into 6-8 pieces. The surgery didn't take. The bones didn't heal correctly. So the 2 of us are in this, just healthy enough to rescue. I mean, I would love to return to the Pile Gang. It's great money. Love the job, working with multi-million-dollar machines on billion-dollar projects. Really, really cool shit. Really cool shit. But life has different plans, so we're doing this, and we're doing this with everything we got. And I just want to thank you for supporting us through this. It really is the mission.